Hello, this is Walk With Me Ministries. I'm Cheryl Sidebottom, and welcome to the 5th edition of I Have Set the Lord Before Me Always. Because He is at my right hand, I shall not be moved. I'd like to talk to us today as to how decisions promote actions, actions promote habits, habits promote character, and character promotes a way of life. We've talked about how we must purposely set the Lord before us. For many of us, we've just lived by whatever came into our lives rather than purposefully setting the Lord before us in every situation. We have to purposely choose different decisions as to how we are going to handle those issues that come into our lives, as we spoke the last edition of how that there are some things that come into our lives that move us to fear, that move us to agitation, and that move us to moral conflict. In these areas, in these issues, and we all know them so well, somebody will inconvenience us, and it will move us to agitation. I was just talking to my Sunday school class the other Sunday about that happening in our lives, that inconvenience. I don't know about you, but many times when I'm inconvenienced, it causes me to be agitated. And if I continue to respond in the same manner that I've always responded, then I will continue to get the same results. But God says that if we will take Him and set Him ever before us, and that if we will choose rightly with setting Him before us, He will be our defense. He will be our rest. He will be our peace. And I remind you again of 2 Peter 3:14, where it says that He is coming for people who is without spot or blemish, who are free from fear and agitation. Well, how can I be free from fear? And how can I be free from agitation? The only way is in the midst of those things. You may feel fear, but in the midst of that fear, set the Lord ever before you. You may feel agitated, but in the midst of that anger, set the Lord before you and immediately repent and say, Father, I'm choosing you. I'm choosing to walk in your peace this day, because you're coming for a people that is going to walk in serene confidence with their hope set on you. I know that God is our defense, but sometimes if we have not built the habit into our lives, we will vacillate from knowing that He is our defense to taking matters into our own hands. That's where we must purposely set the Lord before us. I have set the Lord before us. I don't care how many times a day we must say, I have set the Lord before me. Cause that to be a decision. Cause that to turn into an action. Cause that to turn into a habit. And then cause it to be your character from which you live your life through. I have set the Lord before me. Because He is at my right hand, I shall not be moved to fear, to anger, or to moral conflict. Be blessed.